You just stay there. Yeah! Stop it. Stay there. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Still working on the 72 bus, 171, 72. I can't remember. Anyway, all we're doing on this one, we got it running the last episode, threw a starter in. If you didn't see that, go check it out. But this one's going to be hopefully fairly easy as well. Plugs, wires, oil change, and throw in a new half shaft. Check valves, all that stuff. Basically a general tune-up. Throw a new carburetor on because I think I said in the last episode, the accelerator gen in this one's garbage, so we'll put a new one in. But yeah, it's going to be, I don't know how much of it I'm going to film. I'll probably, show some of the struggle bus in this. But yeah, I guess I'm going to do the least wanting to do thing and throw this half shaft in just because, it's under the bus and, well, lift is still occupied. So floor jack it is. It's going to be fun. All right. Guess I'll switch over to GoPro and, try to film some things under there. I mean, it's basically going to be, I said I did a bunch of work, sort of prove I did a bunch of work, I guess, and we'll go out for a test drive. First time in, I think, two plus years that this thing's been sitting. So stay tuned for whatever, I'm going to be showing next. But yeah, should be a relatively, hopefully easy, smooth episode. All right, like I said, I'm pretty limited in filming under here. So, yeah, that's where we're at, but those are the triple squares, and well, that's why I'm going to get it out. Let me get my gun in there, zip those out. You can see them, zip those guys out, drop the half shaft, and throw the new one in. So do the filming and me laying on the ground. I at least have a fan to it now, guys, but I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out, because yeah, these are, you can tell, smoked. Other side's holding a little better, but not the greatest. Might need to be replaced. Might need to be replaced in the future, but currently they'll hang on. But let me get this thing out, and you'll join me maybe when it's out and getting ready to put the new one in. Alright guys, old half shaft, well, obviously out. She's definitely worse for wear. Don't worry about the balls falling out because they did that when I pulled it. So, old half shaft. Yeah. It's not the bitterest. New half shaft on the other end. Thank you from the O'Reillys. Even comes with new hardware. Note, I am not going to use the new hardware. I'm going to keep it in the shelf because the old hardware I like better. I like the Square D better than, like I said, they're Allen's. So, I'm going to reuse the old hardware. Not a big deal. They're fine. Like I said, I do like the Square D better. Number one, when people like to play with things, not a lot of them have the triple square, I keep calling them Square D, computers. Not a lot of people have the triple square, to do it. So, less for screwing around and, over tightening or torquing an Allen. So we're going to keep those. It's a safety thing. New axle. Mike. About the same. I gotta get this unwrapped or unzip tied, and I have a mess going on already. And we'll pack it with grease. So each side, you know, just force it in there. But let me get that all set up, and I'll or get these good to go or get this. Man, I cannot speak today, guys. I'll get this axle. It's also because I've been burping a lot. Brain just doesn't work as well. Let me get this axle set up, and then we'll go back under. I'll jam this thing in, and then we'll have a good axle. Then we'll do more fun stuff up top or whatever. Because carburetor and other things, I don't know. Join me for my next ramble. Hopefully it's under the car. Nothing went haywire up here. But like I said, pack the ends, throw it in. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Axle's packed, both sides. Just like a wheel bearing. You know, just feed it in there. Gonna drag this thing under the remainder, because you might have some remainder smooge. Just pack the ends, end of the transmission and the end of the little stub shaft that goes in the wheel. I'll show you that under there. But yeah, that's good. Let me get some gloves on, roll under, make a mess, and get this thing zipped together. So stay tuned for next scene of more struggle. All right, let me go under. I'll pull under because easiest thing never works. But axle's under here. Don't know how that comes up. Let me find that thing of grease. I thought I put it in there. I did. All right, take remainder of the, like I said, remainder of the grease, and just put it in there. So your stub shaft goes in. Glob some in there, and then I'll reach around and glob it in there. It's kind of hard to work. I'll get. Oh, where are you guys going? I'll get that side when I get under more. But yeah, it just helps, smush everything together more. So let me start getting this thing up. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm done. Crawling under here for the axle. Show you the aftermath. It's in. It's nice. It's torqued. It's happy. Oh man. Anywho's, new axle in. No binding, no popping. Everything's torqued. I'll come back under here later. Ow, man. I'm getting old. Anyway, in torqued. Stay there. You might be able to see me. Anyway, it's in and torqued. I'll crawl under there later and wipe off most of the goop. But right now, let's do a carb change. I'll get the big camera set up so it's a little easier, and I can set you guys off to the side. Whew. That and plugs and wires. So we're up top now. I'll drain the oil while I'm doing all this so I can do a fill up later. But let me get you on the big camera. All right, guys, we're up top. Bear with me. It's going to be a little hard to film just because confined spaces and all. But we're gonna swap this carb out. Let me get a big wrench. Ugh. And what I mean by big wrench is small vice grips. Because that idle air, I'll show you on a new carb. To get to that back bolt, it's so much easier to just get it out of the way. And they're not really held on that tight, so grab the barrel, don't worry about getting on the nut on them, and just rip them out. So, yeah. Boop, boop. Little idle air cut off. Give you access to the bolt. I need an 8 for the throttle. Let me grab that. Yeah. Blast off this throttle cable. Get that guy out of the way. Make sure you don't lose your little holder on or guy. 13. Stay there. Fuel line. Let me get that thing off. Sorry for the cut. Battery went dead. Anyway, pull the fuel line off. Let's get this carb off now. And like I said, carb could be a good unit. It might come around, but it's sat for 2 years. It's an aftermarket carb anyway, so we're just going to replace it. The accelerator jet is, or pump, whatever circuit, it's either clogged or, you know, the diaphragm is just not diaphragming. It's not working. Oh, get this back one. Can I just ease you out of the way without breaking wires? Nut washer. Yank the carb off. Wink. Where are you? Oh, it is an original carb. I'll be. But pull that carb off. Sure everything looks good. Old gasket can come out. Maybe. Old gasket. New carburetor. Same thing, it's a 34 pick. Bleep bloop that on. Blink. Vacuum hose covers. I'll grab those in a second. Same thing on a new carb, take off the idle air, cut off. So you get access to the backside. Bunk. Nut and washer. I'm going to pull that brake hose because that's not going to go well. Hey, hose clamp. Smells burny. Snug that. Put the front one on. Cap and rotor, they're going to stay. There's no sense in changing them. They look good, and they're from 2018. Actually, 6 of 18, so that would make them 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. 5 years old. The car sat for 2, 3 years. So they're new. They look good. Not even gonna mess with them. We know they run on it and it ran decent. For, you know, bad gas and all. Fuel line. Plug this guy in. Gotta put the idle air back on. Where's that choke wire? Choke in. Choke wire, throttle cable. And connect the wire. There we go. So that should be good. All right, plugs. I'm gonna change them out real quick. Show the aftermath. There's really hardly any way to, you know, get an angle on it. So I'll just change them out. Get this stuff plugged. Will I remember? Come out. Out. All right. Plug the vacuums. That's good. So the carb should run. It's still going to need dialed in, obviously, but and the choke's going to be adjusted because it's still open. But that's neither here nor there. Look at the plugs to change. I'll change the wires out, and then hopefully next scene to be, you know, having it started and then dialing this carb in, because obviously it's going to need work. So stay tuned. Let me get this stuff changed out real quick. Wasn't expecting to see these plugs come out of it. Not going to lie. NGKs, great, but they're B5HSs. Also, they've been in there for a bit. A little bit of water and rust on there. Let me pull out the other ones. I wasn't planning on filming this, but found it interesting that I'm pulling an NGK out. Usually I get Bosch's or Autolites or everything else. What we got? Another NG? Yeah, B5HS. I run NGKs, you guys know this. What I find weird about that, let me grab the ones I get. Ugh. Ones I run, they do come in 5s, and I've put them in vehicles before to 5s. It's just a hotter heat range, so not a big deal. But BR, resistive. These engines like resistive plugs. By it not having an R, it's a non-resistive plug. I don't even think you can get these anymore, to be honest with you. The non-resistive NGKs, or at least the B5s. So yeah, it's non-resistive. I'm wondering if the coil and all that stuff's resistive as well, or not the coil. It does have a resistor cap on it. If you didn't know, that's what these things are. I don't know if that's recommended to run that and that stuff. I don't know. Like I said, haven't pulled a non-resistive plug out unless, you know, say I have installed it, which that wasn't even tight. Yeah, same thing. This thing's running clean. This is number 2. Running clean. It's an older plug. Might be some of the runnability issues of a non-tight spark plug. Try to get this last one out. go fishing a bit. Get out of that way. I got it. Yeah, these two side plugs, one and two, weren't even tight. But same thing, running little sooty, carbony, but figure I'd show you that. But yeah, resistors are going in there. The BR6s, HSs. Like I said, just a little tidbit. Haven't seen the 5s come. Like I said, I don't think they make 5s anymore, the non-resistors. So let me keep on keeping on, plug these things in, and go about it. Also, the wires I'm running. I don't know if I said this on another video because I screwed up. I say it every time. Ugh. I tell you guys, I think every time I do spark plugs, make sure you pull your ends out when you do when you put your plugs in, because you don't need them. They go on. Well, wasn't paying attention to the plugs I'm running now, or the wires I'm running. They're 8 mil. Give a little more juice to them. And again, my fault completely. Did not pay attention. But stay there. I know, rambling. These ends, they accept the normal style. So you don't have to pull your ends off. Actually, it opens up a bunch of different spark plug options too. Racing plugs and so forth that don't have a removable end. But yeah, long story longer. I didn't check new wires. Never ran them before. First time I did it. Put all 6 in, or put all 4 in. Went to go put it on. Slid on nicely. Hardcore misfire. Didn't know why. Yeah, it turns out that they weren't seated on anything. It was just arcing the terminal. So yeah, I screwed up. I had to pull all of them out, put the ends back on, put them back in, and then long story short, the thing ran great. But let me keep on plopping all this stuff together, and you'll join me hopefully for a carb tune, well, a refire and a carb tune. So, like I said, just a little ramble on my end. I wasn't gonna show, putting wires and plugs in. Well, I showed some of it, and didn't all at the same time. But anyway, I was trying to plug the HT lead in, the main lead. Wouldn't plug in. Ended up, taking the coil off or pulling the coil back or whatever. The end, which is, well, not on this plug anymore. It's there. I don't know. So the end's off of this one, and it has the green death, and it was stuck in there. So definitely moisture and corrosion. So happy doing we're doing this, because it definitely needed wires and plugs on it. So did they get replaced in 18, or was it just the ignition? I don't know why you do one and not the other. I'll probably recommend new coil for this thing. Just because, but let me finish buttoning all this up and then twist it off and see what she sounds like. But yeah, just the weird things you come across. Alright, I'm back. Let's dial in a choke a bit, because like I said, it's not even engaging. Now, pull that back, rotate that. Get it on the cam. Give her a tighten. Boop. Alright. Choke set, or, bench set, if you will. Yes, let me move you guys back and let's well, I'll lower the bus, crank on it, and see what she sounds like with, you know, good wires, good plugs, and fresh carburetor. Just want to recycle it. Obviously, there's some fuel in here. Still nothing. Oh, I have octane boost. I want to put some gas in, some octane boost, and some Berryman's just before I actually light this thing off, so it can chew on some fresh gas. So give me a second before I crank it again. Octane boost is basically has been sitting for 2 years just to hopefully wake up the fuel a bit, make it more combustibles. All right, octane boost, about 2 gallons of fresh premium. I did change the oil, didn't show that in betwixt the things. So let's twist this, see what happens. Come on, fuel pump, fuel pump. All right, here's something now. Might be enough to start it. Sounds good. Hell, the idle sounds perfect. It doesn't smell as rich as the old carb. I might tweak it a little bit, but as of right now, it sounds good. What's it without the choke? Needs a choke. Maybe a little more fuel. All right, she was running. It was doing fine, dropped off the choke and died. So yeah, let's tune on it. It's a little warm, so you know we can get some adjustment in it. But give me a second, I might have to tune that choke just a little bit more. I did set it on the high idle, so it shouldn't fire off. She has a bunch of stuff she needs to burn out of her. That's all the way off the choke, so we're good. Idle sounds good, engine sounds happy. settle down. Hot refire. Key on, foot floor, push button. Pretty good. All right. Whew, squat down again. That's wrapped up. New car plugs, wires. I did the valves, didn't show it. Valves are good. Obviously, you can even hear they're not ticking. Oil changer's done. Guess the next scene, we'll be on the road tomorrow morning because it's late. I have other engagements to do today. So, yeah, call it for now, and hopefully next thing you'll see me in the automobile cruising the lovely streets. But she sounds good. We'll see what the cold start sounds like tomorrow. But yeah, got to clean my mess, reassemble the engine bay, oil bath, so on and so forth, and yeah, take it for a drive. Should be good. First time in about two plus years. Back on the road. All right, guys, join me in the bus. Cold start. Happy Father's Day to any fathers out there or potential ones, so on and so forth. Let's do a cold start on this thing and see how she cranks over. Sat all night, so we'll find out. Give her a pump. Set the, off the choke cam, and sounds good. As always, I'm gonna let this thing warm up a bit and, take her out on a little cruise. First time in 2 years. Let's see how she does. One works. This thing's been, sitting for 2 years, 2+ years or what have you, whatever it's been sitting. It's idling nice. No jerks, no nothing. I think it's gonna be a pretty quick test drive. Pick it up, but yeah, this is probably going to be a quick test drive, just due to the fact that I don't know how much gas I have. Really winding. Clutch feels good, but bearing not so much. be a wheel bearing. It goes away when, well, we stop moving. Which if it was a throwout, it wouldn't. We'll give the wheels a shake. I didn't even do that. Yeah, just while I'm back to the shop, I got all the information I need from this thing. Himself, because I'd love to drive these cars. I'll cover it in a recap. I think the blinkers work. Back in the shop, as you probably can tell. Ran good, ragged it out. Then again, the fourth, well, tickled it. It works. Weird notch step on the throttle. Not really sure what that. I might just need to get worn in or woken up again. Other than that, ran good, ragged it out in all the gears. High revved it, so sounded good. It's responsive. It's pretty. I dig it, and owner needs to get some miles on it. Let's do a hot, shut down and refire. See how this goes. Shut down. Will she just be, cooperate? Nice. Refire. On. We'll just give her some gas, and this has a push button. Mint. Let me get you on the big camera, get my mic set up and all that stuff. We'll do a recap on this one done. Or it even works. Love it. All right, guys. 71 bus, 72 bus, 71. I honestly, I still don't know the year, and I've been working on it. Anyway, parts are about the same, or the same for what I was doing. But what I'm getting at, things set for about what, two-ish years, 2+ years. Got her on the road today. Did some minor maintenance. Starter first and foremost. What put her out of commission to begin with. This episode. Showed some of it. We did plugs, wires, what else? Plugs, wires, oil change, checked the valves, everything's good. Oh, and the CV. Yeah, the half shaft. That was fun on my back. It was not, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, got her out on the road, ragged on her. She doesn't seem like it's missing a beat now, so that's fantastic. There's a noise in the back end. Gonna have the owner drive it. He said he thought it might have been the pilot bearing or the throwout bearing in the trans. Clutch feels fine. That doesn't mean the bearing's not good, but clutch feels good. What it sounds like, because it's only at speed, there's no change when you hit the pedal, and usually that's how you can sort of tell when a throwout's going out. I'm thinking a wheel bearing might be going out. I did check that side. It sounded good. I'm gonna jack up this side. Never had this side in the air. I'm gonna give it a little shake. Might be a bearing. Brakes feel fine. It doesn't feel like it's a sticking or dragging brake. So that's that. I'm gonna give it back to the owner. Have him put a couple miles on it. Break everything down. It's been sitting. So I'll give him when he comes back. Maybe get 100 miles on the thing, maybe more. However Froggy feels like getting. We'll let him get some miles under it. Bring it back. I'll do get it on the rack. Do a full inspection on the thing. Basically get all the joints and all the fluids and everything moving, do another oil change, because whatever's in there, it's going to break down you can tell it was stagnant oil that's been sitting in there, that congealed weird stuff. So get a couple heat cycles on it, dump the oil again, go through this entire thing, stem to stern, see what anything else. See if we got to do another half shaft if those boots rip open from, now moving, because they looked fine before. But with that said, I'm going to call an end to the 72. Go ahead. But anyway, if you like my rambling and whatever this video comes out to, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you do. Promise you, we will chit chat as always. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.